There is a place high above the desert in northern New Mexico where the first atom bombs were made, and which for the last 70 years has maintained and managed much of America's nuclear weapons stockpile. The former secret city behind me changed the world when the atomic bombs it developed were dropped on Japan, ending the Second World War. Since then, Los Alamos has been the heart of America's nuclear weapons program and has become a national center of scientific research. But as one of the largest recipients of federal money, the lab and the town that depends on it are now grappling with budget uncertainty and the across-the-board cuts of the sequester.
Well, the town is science and government spending, and that is its essence, its identity. I think the what is it they used to say? If the laboratory sneezed, then the town got the flu, and it's still probably very much that way.
Los Alamos National Laboratory is one of the world's leading scientific and research centers, but sequester has blunted its cutting edge, forcing the cancellation of certain programs and the loss of many jobs.
Well, for us, it's been a little more gradual, but just as pronounced. Over the past 2 years, the lab has eliminated about 1,500 employees, and their spending has dropped about 20%.
The sharp reduction in spending has hurt a local economy that depends on the lab and its activities. The lab takes many of its employees from nearby towns such as Espanola and Santa Fe, which have also been hit by the cutbacks.
The Santa Fe economy is really dependent on three legs of our economic stool, if you like. One is government, hospitality, and then the third leg is Los Alamos Labs, and the impact of the lab, the federal spending, the suppliers, contractors, which really benefit the entire region, the whole region of northern New Mexico.
New Mexico is among America's poorest states, and it depends on the federal money that pours into facilities like Los Alamos. But sequester and other budget-related cutbacks have hit tax revenues and held back the state's economic growth.
Sequester hit rather unevenly. There were large programs that were fully exempted, like Medicaid. That's our biggest jointly funded program with the feds. But the resulting cuts did hit significantly on certain other programs, specifically things like public education, some transportation infrastructure programs, and so on. Statewide, we had almost no, less than 0.5% growth in jobs in the last year. That, again, our fiscal year concluded in June. Looking forward, they're anticipating growth probably about half of what would be a normal rate of growth for the state.
Back in Los Alamos, hard questions are being asked about the future of a laboratory that has played such an important role in U.S. national security and pioneering scientific research, such as the Human Genome Project and the work it does modeling climate change.
The people here are the ones who are going to do that. They are going to do that work, but they can't do it if they don't get a budget for it. And so that's vital, vital work to not just the United States, but to the whole world.
As long as the U.S. has a nuclear deterrent, it will need facilities like Los Alamos, but they cost money, lots of it, and in a time of sequester, there is less to go around. Matthew Garahan for the Financial Times in New Mexico.